For the K photo.
But I think I'll use my hand. All right, hi everyone. I'll just get into it because I have 7 minutes. So my name is Nikkia, and I performed this story at Joe's Pub a couple weeks ago, and I thought I'd take advantage and share it here. When I was really young, I was this tiny twig of eccentric Aquarius energy. And my idea of a really good time was performing for my mom in our living room in Trinidad and watching her crack up. I was absolutely ridiculous and I loved it. Now on the inside, my soul whispered, Nikkia, this is who you are. You're a free-spirited bird who belongs on stage. But on the outside, society said, you should find something stable to do because you see this stage here, it won't always love you. It's June 17th, 2021. As Twitter's head of research, I'm leading a team of brilliant researchers through one of humanity's most harrowing chapters. And the stakes couldn't be higher if you remember. Pandemic misinformation is spreading like wildfire. Racial justice movements are reigniting, and democracy hangs in the balance. We're on the front lines. We're not just studying these crises, we're actively living through them. We show how Trump's hashtag Chinese virus rhetoric will lead to real world violence against Asian Americans. We track how conspiracy theories leap from the darkest corners of the internet to dinner tables. And we sound alarms to executives who nod, feign concern, and then prioritize profits over people. We know what's coming before it actually happens, and yet no one wants to listen, but still we press forward. So it's just about midday, and I'm sitting at my desk, which is in front of my bed, because that's where we all were, leading a virtual team offsite. And it's one of the very few moments where, as a team, we can exhale, reconnect, and remind ourselves of why all of this work truly matters. And I'm marveling at the beautiful diversity of faces, pronouns, and lived experiences dotting my screen. I'm living my values out loud. I'm striving to leave things better than I found them. I'm creating this environment where everyone feels safe and supported. I'm advocating for decisions that don't harm humanity or the bottom line. And I'm doing all of this while staying true to myself by showing up as myself. Now, we've just spent an hour decoding trust, of all things, and we're buzzing, feeling more like comrades in arm on a mission than colleagues. But then all of a sudden the email comes. Important information about this role during this meeting. My heart sinks and my mouth immediately dries. Isn't it wild how the body shows what the mind already knows? So I click into this VC with HR and my manager. HR is carefully composed and my manager's gaze is averted. My hand is pressed to my heart, a futile attempt to hold together the pieces of my cracking heart. It's about fit at Twitter. Have you ever been told that your light burns too bright for the room that you're in? Woo! HR continues. You're a very visible leader. You're charismatic. People follow you. You have a stronger brand than people who've been here for 10 years. And each word falls like a pebble into the still pond of my understanding. I'm being exiled, not for failure, but for presence. For flying wild and free in a space not built for birds like me. I'm just holding my chest because it hurts, I whisper. It's a confession of vulnerability in a moment designed to strip me of everything but that. My manager remains silent, apparently fascinated by something off camera. Now, when HR suggests that my issues have been going on for quite some time, I ask, why didn't anybody tell me? Why didn't my manager work with me on an action plan? Silence. The next day, I'm discussing communication strategy with HR, and they say, we'd like to say that you're spending time with family. I laugh. Nobody's going to believe that because I love working. half my joke's about that. What about pursuing new opportunities? Well, that'll be a lie. We'd prefer not to say that you've been let go. I'm uncomfortable with lying. So the call ends with no resolution, and I'm wondering how I'm gonna break it to the team that I love that I'm suddenly gone. So a month later, I escaped to Antiparos, Greece, and under the Aegean sky in a whitewashed villa, I do what I've always done in moments of disruption. I turn inward. With journal in hand, I find quiet corners to pour my soul onto paper. Why did this job matter so much to me? And who am I if not this job? What does my soul call me toward? And what flows is raw and searingly honest. I am not my job. I've never been my job. I am so much more. And as I write, my thoughts quiet and my soul whispers grow louder. Eventually, they lead me back to little Nikkia to tell her that I see her. I love her. And so the bird returns, not reborn, but remembered, uncaged, radiant, and free. Thank you.
You gotta pick a name.
You saw that?
It's just one more name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo. Just got 15 seconds.
There's no more names.
Thank you everyone for coming.
Hold on. Wait. It's not over yet. Don't go anywhere. You can go. Let's give it up for Nikkia. I don't know where our other co-host is. I think she's probably inside dealing with some things. You guys don't have to go home immediately. You can hang out for a little bit. And I would highly suggest that you get to know somebody in this room. Nikkia, who just presented, her husband, partner, friend, whatever, husband. I you know these pronouns like these. He has a father's group for music.
Mindful music group for dads.
Mindful music groups for dad.
Is this playing
Okay,
or like
that's
a book?
incredible. Okay,
Music on
that's just
improvisation.
one. Let's give it up for Marion for curating an incredible 7/7. We have one more scheduled performer. She was late, but she was on the train and she did a whole bunch of things all around the city. But she's here.